Hello everyone and welcome to round 2 of 4 for this final week of the Modern League of August. We got Justin Gebing on Jeskai Control and Dakota Howell on Blue Red Prison. I'm Matthew Meneer, joined with
Jake Valentine. I've got a rematch from last week, and that's important because both these players won their first round, so both these players are live. We're getting right into it. We have updated standings from Keely Ren Freeze, our trusty stream runner. She's here every Tuesday night. We appreciate her being here every Tuesday night for us. Thank you so much, Ren. You make this more possible than you imagine. We have Jeskai Control with Justin, Dakota Howell on Blue Red Prison. A pretty similar start from last week from Dakota, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what Justin Gebing was actually saying. Very similar start.
We'll see what happens. Let's see if Dakota can have a better finish this time around. He's got Word of Mention and explosives in hand.
Yep. Well, we'll see how focused on the Crucible Worlds he is, because that was one of the big things last week we saw, is that he was very, very focused on having his Crucible Worlds in play.
He has currently no Ipin Riverlet or no Ghost Quarter, so that may affect certain things here. He might not be as concerned about it as he was previously. He's a Field of Ruin, the County Ruins.
It feels bad with that Crucible Worlds out there,
so yeah.
Hey,
in the meantime,
nothing better to do.
We have some hashtag Jake Valentine Foodie Tour commentary for the week.
Oh.
So I mentioned earlier, Matthew Meneer had some Culvers delivered to him by his mother. He did not ask if I wanted any.
Sure didn't.
That's besides the point. So for those that don't know, Culver's is like a Midwestern burger chain that focuses on butter burgers and Midwestern, fast food delights. Yeah. One of which is cheese curds.
Yep.
If anyone has not had cheese curds, they're the most amazing thing you will ever eat. And Matthew, who had the option to get cheese curds of his burger, did not.
Sure did. Yep. Cheese curds is basically cheese inside of bread.
Yes. So for those that are watching and listening,
it's also heated up, and it's in the form of tater tots, basically.
What would you prefer? Would you prefer to have French fries or cheese curds? Let us know. Sound off. We have our stream runner men saying that cheese curds are better on fries because poutine is amazing, and I wholeheartedly agree that poutine is indeed amazing. So Dakota got back the County Ruins thanks to Crucible of Worlds. And we're going to Weir for 3.
Sure are. Probably getting, well, he has a lot of options, but I imagine maybe an ensnaring bridge.
No, that's the Jester's Cap. That's
right, we're playing the Jester's Cap. Okay, fun. Can you go ahead and pull this up real quick?
The old time-shifted card. Oh, we have some commentary from the chat.
Onion rings. That would be
rings.
Good.
I like onion flavor. I just keep onion texture. DJ Cocoa Butter has never had poutine. Poutine is cheese curds on French fries with brown gravy and cheese, and it is to die for.
All right, here's Jester's Cap for you all.
On it. Here's the Jester's Cap. 4 mana artifact. Pay 2, tap, sacrifice it. You search Checker Player's library for 3 cards and exile
This was printed in Time Spiral, which is why we have it. It was time shifted, which is why we have it in Modern. Or actually, no, it wasn't also printed in 9th yet. Never mind. It's also printed in 9th.
DJ Cocoa Butter, being where you're from has no effect. We have cheese curds here in southwestern Ohio. You can make them yourself too. Fry up some fries, get some cheese curds from your grocery store, your exotic grocery store, and add some cheese and some gravy on it.
Alrighty, Justin reading this Jester's Cap. Dakota's going to go through his deck, take out some cards.
Getting out some Teferis and Jaces.
Yep. That's what he did last time.
Robert Meadows in the Teamer deck is not in the building because he decided to schedule night classes on Tuesday nights because he's in college. He's a young one. He's a youngin'. Not as young as Matthew Meneer, but still a youngin' nonetheless. Dakota getting a Cryptic command.
Alrighty. Let's go to those Cryptics.
3 Cryptics being
right out of
exiled at the churches. How do you feel about that?
I think, I don't know, it's interesting. No counterbalances, no draws. Cryptic is very powerful.
A lot of work.
Going after the walkers means going after win conditions, right? Yeah. But I think this is fine. So if Dakota feels like he's already ahead on board and he doesn't think that he'll need to be catching up from a Planeswalker being played, I think this is fine, but I'm not sure if he is, right?
Yeah, like how does Dakota beat Teferi?
Yeah. So I don't know. So there is one in Justin's hand, right?
DJ, but you could come to Ohio. Or better, just go to like Canada and have some authentic cheese curds. Land number 5 from Justin came off the top. It is a very pretty masterpiece. Flooded Strand.
Yep, that's our
another masterpiece.
Pretty much everything. Very, very foiled out, maxed out deck for Justin.
I mean, Southern Food is absolutely amazing. Question though is, do you have Cookout in Virginia?
I think the only foils Justin is missing was an OG Gataki foil, as well as one other thing that I forget. I don't know. So Chuck is playing against Terrell, right?
Yes, Chuck playing for Terrell
so
Flowers.
All four of these guys are
so first
in
and
the
foremost,
potential top
this
four.
Is important. Cookout is the greatest fast food place in the world, and Ohio is not boring. Don't believe what you see on social media. Ohio is actually pretty fun. Columbus is a really cool city to visit. I'm very glad that Magic events happen there as often as they do. Cincinnati gets a pretty bad rap in terms of having nothing to do, but it's really, really fun to eat and drink in Cincinnati. Cleveland sucks. Just don't go further north than Columbus, and you're good to go in Ohio.
I love Cleveland. Columbus is pretty nice, though. Yeah, I think Cleveland's better than Columbus. 100%. Cleveland's fantastic.
Yeah, Cedar Point's up in northern Ohio. We have Kings Island here down in southern Ohio.
There's like Hocking Hills up in northern Ohio. Lake Erie.
All I'm saying is that don't sleep on Ohio. Meanwhile, Dakota might be in trouble for sleeping on this ferry.
Yeah, well, so he couldn't have done anything about it except for counter, which we know he
like
can't
this
do.
one was in hand.
Yeah, so basically, Dakota
here.
really can't deal with these walkers.
Yeah. We have in the upkeep Mishra's Bauble. So Dakota knows that Justin drew land number 6.
Which isn't even a bad thing for Justin. Like, he gets additional draws from Teferi.
It's pronounced Teferi!
See, it's always going to be Teferi when Jake's here. It's perfect. And so he's drawn. He also gets to untap 2 lands, so he basically just gets free mana.
Oh my god, pronounced Teferi.
For those of you who don't know, Jake's very specific on how you pronounce Teferi.
It's not me who's specific. It's Wizards of the Coast. They're specific.
Yeah, so, I mean, I know what it is, but going by Teferi just makes it so much better. Like, it's quite entertaining.
Teferi has existed in Magic longer than you've been alive.
Correct. But I don't know how that impacts why Teferi makes you so upset.
And also, in terms of pizza, there's only 2 options. There's authentic
pizza,
like big foldable crusts, like New York style, like Italian style, or there's only one deep dish place in Chicago that, in my opinion, says Dakota draws another Jester's Cap. And the only deep dish place that you should go to is Pequod's.
Okay. Never heard of it. Never been.
I'm sure you've heard of Giordano's, correct?
No.
Giordano's.
I don't like research pizza places.
Deep dish, but it's stuffed, and the crust tastes like cardboard.
Sounds fantastic.
Pequod's is.
I hear cardboard is very nutritious.
Perfection in a pan that takes 45 minutes to an hour to arrive, but it's still perfection in a pan. And if anyone has had Pequod's or any deep dish pizza, please chime in, because this is also a very serious and important matter for people to discuss.
Of course, yeah.
Meanwhile, in the game, Justin
Magic,
is doing everything he can possibly want. He's plussing to Fairy. He's flashing back a bolt with his Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah. Justin's going to burn him out.
Illuminati's is a very close second. Sausage Buttercrust will always have my heart, and Giordano's will also be hot garbage.
Okay, so with the game, we
Pequod's is so good, man.
So it's Snapcaster Mage is going to be 2 damage, plus 6 with Lightning Bolts, and whatever Justin draws.
So again, this is the problem Dakota has in this particular matchup. He has ways to lock opponents out of the game, but he can't deal with this. Here's sincere Vince. Justin has 2 more Lightning Bolts in hand.
Yep, Dakota just can't really interact with Justin, and Justin can interact with Dakota, so we saw this happen a lot last week, and Justin will eventually just run away with the game. These Jester's Caps could potentially actually scare rid of all the walkers in Justin's deck, but as we saw this time around, Instead of going after the walkers, Dakota went after the 3 cryptic commands, and now we're going to see Justin just firing off bolts to win this game eventually. We got Dakota currently at 7.
Yep, he untaps thanks to Teferi's ability. That's why he's untapping
Yep,
those
and he actually
lands.
drew that last, the 4th cryptic command, so that's fun.
If we're talking regional foods, we cannot ignore Skyline Chili.
Alright, so current mode for this cryptic command is probably going to be...
I have seen Ponderosas in the wild.
We're probably going to be using this cryptic command to counter whatever Dakota has here. Make sure we lock him out of the game.
Yeah, Justin.
And then, if need be, we could bounce one of his permanents.
A little ironic that the prison deck is the one getting locked out of this game thanks to the Teferi.
Yep. Basically, how Dakota will completely lock out Justin is with some pithing needles, naming all of his walkers, and ensnaring bridge.
Thank you for not calling it a pithing needle.
I like that. Why am I blanking on it? The Witchbane Orb.
Spyglass?
No, Witchbane Orb. I mean, that also works, yeah. But yeah.
Just kept number 2, Dakota. At this point, he's just looking to see what else is in Justin's deck.
So the combination of those cards, that's how he's going to lock Justin out from targeting him or dealing damage to him.
At this point, though, Justin can just play with his hand up with the Bolt and Cryptic and just say...
He could, yeah.
I think Dakota's looking for that 4th Cryptic and realizing, uh-oh.
Yep. Dakota should basically know every card that, like, in Justin's hand. But I don't think he has to take the time to memorize his deck list. But he should have a general idea. You see, he's still looking.
He's looking like, okay, where are the burn spells, I guess? Oh, there's no bolts area there, and there's no cryptic commands, and well, I already got 3 of the cryptics
Cryptic
out.
Bolt is in Justin's hand, as well as a Secret Foundry, right? Oh no, I feel the rune.
Dakota looking long and hard at Justin's deck.
I'm gonna take out an extra burn spell. Alright, seems good. Try and stay alive here. Again, that's the Jester's Cap activation.
Yes. I think all Dakota has left is a ensnaring bridge.
Alright. I can't really tell what's in Dakota's hand. You got a good look on that?
There's one. He's got 2 ensnaring bridges.
So there's the bridge.
This is going to get countered.
Yep, or it could get bounced. You know, either or. Both work. Yep, Justin just has this game. He might as well draw a card.
Yeah.
He could bounce the Crucible if he wants. Or bounce Snap, actually, because then he'd go Bolt, Snap, Bolt. That's fun. Oh, we're just going to recast it. Okay.
He's got a bolt in the bin.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Alright. That is maximum damage, actually. Because then he gets 2 from Snapcaster Mage.
So that will do it. Justin Gebing, just like last week, able to start the impressive start for Dakota, but not good enough. Justin getting game number 1. You see these players participating in the Tuesday night event here at GameSwap Mason and being broadcast by us here at Top Deck Productions.
Yep.
Of course, we do stream 4 nights a week. Tonight is Tuesday. We have Tuesday Night Modern. On Wednesdays, we do Standard. Thursdays, some more Modern action with the one and only Robert Meadows.
Yes.
I'm doing some jazz hands for Robert Meadows. Friday, of course, is Friday Night Modern. In fact, this Saturday, we're doing another event. Did you know that?
Yes, we have a preliminary Pro Tour qualifier.
A PPTQ for the kids out there, as they call it.
Yep.
It is a modern event. It will be broadcast through completion, featuring rounds of Swiss as well as a cut to top.
Normally, it's about 6 rounds of Swiss, top 8, all competitive REL, and all will be streamed throughout the night with commentators Zach Creamer and Connor Sloan.
Yes, we say that in stereo. Justin does play in big tournaments. He top forward the Team Open at Atlanta with Cal Palmer and Luke Browning.
Yes.
Speaking of Luke Browning, he is in good spirits after his accident. He's been playing a little bit recently. We have the Luke Browning
charity
event. That is a team event. September 8th. We'll be broadcasting that as well. There'll be team, standard, modern, and legacy. So you want to tune in for that. Want to see some legacy here on camera at Top Deck Productions. It's not the first time we've ever done it, but it's the first time in a while. But if you want to know when we go live, be sure to follow us here on Twitch. If you want to support us and make sure we keep streaming as much content as possible, including doing the giveaways like the Commander 2018 giveaway we're doing these throughout these weeks. Yeah, tonight, next week, and the week after that. Give us a subscription here on Twitch. Don't forget, if you have Amazon Prime, you get the free Twitch Prime sub each and every month. And, of course, there's also a Patreon page at patreon.com/TopDeckProductions. And a question for the chat: how does this prison deck win? Essentially, it locks your opponent out thanks to a Ensnaring Bridge. You have no cards in hand, and your opponents cannot attack. And then, thanks to a combination of cards like Crucible of Worlds and Nipdu Rivulet, it's able to mill your opponent out. Plus, Academy Ruins keeps putting artifacts on top of your deck, which means you yourself never mill as well.
And specifically in this matchup, the way that Dakota can't lose is by getting rid of Justin's Planeswalkers, his burn, and his creatures, right? And to do that, he will need the following cards. Pithing Needle or Sorcerer's Spyglass, multiples, one for Jace the Mind Sculptor, and one for Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, as well as, sorry, I should have said Teferi, but, you know, whatever. And then a Ensnaring Bridge, as well as a Witchbane Orb. So the Witchbane Orb is going to give him Hexproof, which means that it can't be targeted by the burn spells. The Ensnaring Bridge will prevent Justin from attacking with his creatures. And then the Pithing Needle effect will eliminate the Planeswalker's ability to use their activated abilities. So it's pretty straightforward. But obviously Justin has ways to get around it with Artifact Destruction or other things like that. Even a Cryptic Command could just bounce an artifact and just end the game immediately.
And yes, this is indeed the same match as last week, and it's
yeah, both these players
are live for top 4 in the league. That's why they're on camera again, and people like Justin's deck.
His deck is very foily, promo-y, guru-y.
Yes, it's very beautiful and very expensive. Of course, if you want to, for some reason, you want to see how things went last weekend, or you want to watch any other matches that we do live here on Twitch, you can check out our YouTube page, youtube.com/TopDeckProductions stream.
Alright.
I do not know how I feel about a peanut butter and jelly pizza, and now I feel like I need to take a shower. Would you eat a peanut butter jelly pizza?
Nope, I would eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
But
maybe
I would eat. Our stream butter Ren, she would eat peanut butter jelly pizza. Would you eat hot dog sushi?
No, I'm not a fan of sushi actually.
You're not a fan of cheese curds. You're not a fan.
You're not a fan of sushi either. You like hot dogs.
So this Ren is currently asking if I have been to the restaurant where I met my girlfriend where she still works. The answer to that is yes.
Is it? I wonder. Alrighty. Justin starts off with the Serum Visions, currently looking at his scries right now, as Dakota started off with a land I forgot the name of, but basically it has Transmute and a Mishra's Bubble.
So Dakota has...
What is the name of that land? Someone in chat, please tell.
What? The
Teleria West. Is it that? Okay, sorry. Yes. I was thinking of Telerian Academy, and I knew it was
Dakota has the ability to challenge someone here. I think he wants to do that. He's a fetch for a basic island. The unstable
pretty strong.
Full Art Island.
That means no more Serum Visions, no more bolts.
Correct.
What are the 1-drops he hit?
I don't know how he can't like cheese curds. I'm gonna hit him upside the head with this.
I don't dislike them. Like I'll eat them if you give them to me.
In what world do you get fries over cheese curds? Dakota going for Sorcerer's Spyglass over
I think
Chalice.
That's fine.
We
can play Chalice next turn.
2 lands, Electrolyze.
It also allows me to go 1-drop into Chalice.
Bolt, Cryptic Command, and Logic Knot.
So our streamer is saying the one where you don't want heart disease.
Thank you, Hello Hero, for the Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate you tuning in tonight and supporting us. We're glad you're here.
500 mana.
That's correct. You will get some 500 bonus points for our Commander 18 Subjective Reality giveaway.
Or any giveaway.
Which we're giving away tonight.
So a cheese curd, you can explain it.
A cheese curd is like, imagine a mozzarella stick, smaller, creamier, cheesier, richer.
Just mozzarella stick, right? But it's not a stick; it's a tater tot.
It's not. It's more than just a mozzarella stick. It's richer, creamier, thicker, tastier, flavorfuler.
It's like a chicken nugget, right? But instead of like there being like mostly chicken, like 90% chicken and 10% breading, it's like a 50-50, right? It's a lot smaller shear. And instead of chicken, it's cheese. Oh so basically, you're eating cheese and bread, but it's heated up, so you know that makes it all the better.
Also, it does not need to be deep fried. You can have deep fried cheese curds, or you can just eat them as is, or you can eat them on.
So I know we were talking about peanut butter and jelly sandwiches earlier. So you can basically take one of those pieces of bread that you use for that sandwich, put some cheese in the middle, roll it up into a ball, and there you go. Cheese curd. I mean, they're fine. I mean, I'm assuming everyone... I mean, like, I like cheese.
I'm so mad at you right now.
I don't think it's a special food that you need to be overly excited about.
Meanwhile, Lightning Helix from Justin, end of turn. We're going to do some flipping of some life totals. Justin will draw for his turn. We'll try to get some clarification, too, as to what Source of Spyglass has named.
So far we see 2 pieces of the puzzle for Dakota, Spyglass and Ensnaring Bridge.
Yes.
So 2 down, 2 to go.
Teferi was named with the Source of Spyglass.
Yep, so now I need to name Jace the Mind Sculptor.
And then find a way to not take burn damage, and then
which is a Witchbane Orb. We know he has it in his deck, so if he does...
Witchbane Orb will also take care of Critic Command, but
yeah,
we see so much in terms of counter magic from Justin.
Yeah, so that's the kind of the problem here. So he's trying to assemble this elaborate plan to not die, and Justin has these cards that say, I'm going to prevent that plan from happening, and then you're going to die eventually anyways.
Yes.
Yeah, it's basically a cheesy chicken nugget, deep fried. I don't know. I don't know really. I mean, like, it's fine. It's not like it tastes bad. I wouldn't like not recommend it to you. But it's not like something I would be pushing on you to try. You know, like if you haven't had seafood in your life, like I would probably push that on you because that's like a it's a good food or it's a different type of food, I suppose. But like it's literally just cheese and bread. Like it's fine.
Thank you, Shannon. 632 for the sub. That's 12 subs in a 12 months of subscriptions in a row for Shannon.
That's a year, my dude.
That is a year. Thank you for supporting us for a year. We are super appreciative of you, and thank you, Hello Hero, for entering the Commander 18 giveaway.
Yeah,
just keep
good
in mind,
luck on that, everyone.
We're doing it tonight at 10 Eastern. That's 1 hour and 56 minutes from right here, right now. You got to be here to win.
Yep.
Well, that's the winner, and I myself from Hopeless will DM you and try to see how I can get you the Commander.
You can also DM Top Deck Productions, and as long as you DM us one of our various mods too, we can make sure you guys get your prize before we announce the next winner. We'll give it a couple minutes, obviously.
Yeah, DMing me is fast.
But yeah. Alrighty, players pondering what they're doing right now. Activating a Tormod script, we're going to exile Justin's graveyard. I think Dakota learned his lesson from last time, and he wants to make sure that happens before... We have a Scalding Tarn tapped currently for mana.
That is true, Justin pointed that out. Hey, you can't tap that.
So basically what happened last week is that Justin was able to get a lot of extra mana for his Logic Knots because Dakota was being a little hesitant on exiling his graveyard. And there was never, like, there was a good time when there was, I love this. Okay, so
do you know what this card is?
Yeah, so at the end of your turn, you exile your hand, right? I love this combo. And with Ensnaring Bridge, you now have 0 cards in your hand. And then at the beginning of your upkeep, I believe you draw an additional card, and then you draw the card for turn, right? So it's getting you card draw. It's an artifact. It's super synergistic because it means that your Ensnaring Bridge is always turned on.
Also,
it's called,
what's the card called?
It's something
Bottle Cloister.
Bottle. Okay, perfect.
Not to be confused with a Pokemon named Cloister, as we see it in the chat, thanks to Antifa Lockhart.
Yes, I love this
4-mana artifact, and it's pulling up on your screen. It's from Ravnica, original Ravnica. That's timely.
Yes. I like the art, too. It's fun. Yeah, so... At the beginning of your upkeep, return all cards removed from the game with it, and then you draw a card. So you draw a card, and then you draw a card for turn. So basically, it gives you an additional draw, and make sure your Ensnaring Bridge is always online. Super fun.
The question is, how does it deal... with Cryptic Command?
Well, it doesn't. It doesn't have to. It can be
drawing
fun.
Dakota extra cards.
Jake, it's a fun card, okay? Come down. But
so for those who don't know, Matt is a very janky brewer type player. And
basically,
I'm as spiky as they come.
I like the so I like through the I don't actually own the cards for it, but a Metal Work Colossus deck. It's basically like a Lantern control build without the Lantern part, and it's actually like winning the game fast. With like 11/11s, I think is what they are, the Colossus. But
as Antifa Lockhart says, is pure card advantage until they blow it up. And here we have an end of turn Ensnaring Bridge being bounced with Cryptic Command.
Yeah, and the Cryptic Command can also just bounce that Bottle Cloister, and then the Ensnaring Bridge would just be offline. But no need, because there's no more Ensnaring Bridge.
Is it Etch Champion in Dakota's deck?
Here's a Mentor's Fair.
Yeah,
it's going to be one more tutor.
For the fair. Dakota's going to go to the fair.
Sounds like Terrell lost his match, which would mean that Chuck, current leader, will remain the leader.
Yeah, he's 2-0 and building his advantage over his opponents. And Terrell, he's still decent shape for 4th place. We'll pull up the standings for you in real time as soon as we can. We'll make sure, though, you're up to date in the meantime. Yeah, Chuck won, Terrell lost, so Chuck is 2-0.
Here comes a chalice for 1, it appears. Justin might have a response, and I think he will. We're definitely going to fire off this bolt. Oh, ceremonious rejection. Okay, yep, that's probably the best thing to get off.
Yep.
1 mana counter spell that would be countered by this.
The chalice 1 seems like it's really late to the party.
Yeah. We're on past turn 7. So, you know, just a bit. Here comes the Ensnaring Bridge again. Justin does have the ability to counter it, which we probably should do. There's no reason to let that resolve. You know, it would just let on your clock, and you do already have out a Colonnade in play. Here's a Snapcaster Mage. We're going to target this Ceremonious Rejection and counter it with 1 mana. We're going to have Steam Vent still untapped, which you could use to cast this Bolt end of turn. Which I think we will. Yep, here it comes. Putting Dakota down to 11. That's actually pretty low. And if the Snap gets in, he'll be at 9. And Dakota obviously has no hand right now because it's under the Bottle Cloister. So this is free damage coming in here. We actually have Snap, and then we can activate this Colonnade if we so choose, which we did not. He wants to hold up the counter magic. He also has Snap, and then he can target Bolt. So
he doesn't have a Snapcaster in hand?
Yeah. So Justin has a lot of pressure right now. He doesn't actually need to.
So we have a grip for Dakota of a Chalice of the Void, 2 copies of Engineered Explosives.
Yeah, Justin has Mana Leak and Logic Knot, just awaiting it, as well as Snap Bolts. He doesn't have enough mana for all that, but he does have enough mana for Logic Knot, Mana Leak, and Snapcaster Mage.
Chalice on 1 is going to resolve.
Yep, which is interesting.
Do not imagine the Ensnaring Bridge will resolve as well.
Dakota gain life at his upkeep. They're going to go ahead and
throw
that on there. He's going to be at 10. That does matter.
Dakota going to the fair and getting a life for his troubles.
Here's 2 more mana for 2, which will notably blow up this Sorcerer's Spyglass if we do activate it.
Yeah, that's got to be a little awkward.
I mean, I imagine it's probably going to get counted anyways. This is going to be a lot of damage.
No, I think Justin cares, because Spyglass goes away, then Justin can activate his Teferis as much as
he doesn't have any Teferis. His
he currently does not have any Teferis.
But
there's the EE.
No, he's definitely countering this, 100%. Or at least throwing this Mana Leak at it. He only has 3 cards in his graveyard. Yeah, we're going to fist Mana Leak at it.
Yeah, he's going to
leak. He has another Snap in his hand, right? So that's 4 damage.
Dakota lets it go away.
Yep. He does have another one, so that's probably why. I think if I was Dakota, I'm going to throw... Oh, he has an Ensnaring Bridge and a... He knows he's going to get countered, though, so... awkward. Hey, there's a Sony Silence. That'd be nice for him.
So when Justin's upkeep, Dakota's hand will go underneath the Bottle Cloister.
Yeah. He can't
you have to excuse me, that's not
though.
A card I see often.
Yeah, but basically, Justin Gebing has Celestial Colonnade in play, which would be a 4/4, which is extra damage. So he would have lethal if he was able to fire off this bolt with the Snap end of turn, but he can't do that.
Why can't he?
Chalice of the Void.
That is true.
He can go... he has Electrolyze in his graveyard. That's not going to quite do it. So it's basically going to take him 2 turns. Minimum.
The explosives might be enough to... It could be a matter for Justin. He might have enough cards to bring in compared to what he's taking out to where Sony Silence does something.
See if we can end this game.
That's a Serum Visions. That should not resolve. And Justin realizing that.
Yep, they're going to call a judge. While they do that, I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick.
To be fair, the way Chalice of the Void works is that since it's Dakota's Chalice and Justin's casting a 1-mana spell, it is Dakota's responsibility for making sure that gets countered. And Justin just instinctively says, I'm going to cast the Seer Visions. I'm going to, well, wait, we did a mistake. The problem, too, though, is that Justin drew the card, did not look at his scry, but he drew the actual card. So the way this is going to work is one of the cards from Justin's hand is going to go back into the top of the deck, and the deck itself will get shuffled. Card number 2, that's that first one there, goes away. It's important that the judge was asking, do you know the location of any card? That's because any type of card that's right at the bottom, that's known information, so they stay at the bottom. Phil Jones up there from the floor. He lost his second round. Actually, during this, let's pull up the standings of these players are resolving this this judge call.
All right, Dakota, you can choose the card if you like. Sorry about that.
We went back to the game. Justin will take 2 down to from the shock, it looks like, and just pass it back. Dakota at 8. And a very precarious life total. Could draw another sports cyclist and a weird invention that's going to let him shoot up anything he wants, but I just do not see a world where that's going to resolve. However, this Bottle Cloister is doing some serious work drawing the cards Dakota needs. Just has only 2 cards in hand.
Yeah, I think the Cloister has actually drawn him. How many turns has it been? Like 5?
Quite a bit, yeah. And he's starting to get card advantage over Justin and be able to sort of outpace Justin with his counter spells. Here is 3 mana. This is the Staring Bridge.
Alright, we're going to exile some cards.
That gets legendary for 1, 2, 3.
I'm still going to put
Maybe
5 into it.
Justin's here what card he wants left over in his graveyard. As
I think Electrolyze. Alright, we're going to take Mana Leak.
Legendary for 5. And Staring Bridge goes down. It's in a gate, not a Mana Leak.
A negate. My bad, yeah.
It is the full art promo negate.
I think I referred to it as a Mana Leak prior to. My bad.
You did. If only you dropped cheese curds, you would have the knowledge.
Sure. Alright, so we still have 4 mana left here for Dakota.
He's had a Skelving Charm just sitting there for a while. He's got another Spyglass in hand, but Justin just has the 1 card in hand. Dakota's going to pass it back. In the upkeep, Dakota's hand should get exiled under the Bottle Cloister.
Hand should be gone right now.
Yeah, hand is non-existent.
Let's poof the hand.
Unless it's a May. I don't think it's a May. Is it a May?
100% not.
It is not a May, so Dakota's hand should not be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, they just passed. Alright, whatever. And he missed the draw from
the draw
Cloister.
turn, so nothing happened there. Again, looks like the Bottle Cloister is not a May. I'll pull up the Gatherer for it too.
The Oracle text, but like positive it is not a May.
I think it's the first time we've seen him keep his hand.
Yeah. Yep, you just exile all of them face down, yada yada. Because basically, the whole point of like the Metal War Colossus deck I was playing with is that you didn't play anything anyways, so it didn't even hurt you. It just gave you additional draws, made your Metal War Colossus cost less, and activated your Ensnaring Bridge.
Here's an end of turn cryptic command from Justin. Let's see what we got going on here.
Looks like we're in a...
No, it's the response to the explosives. Okay, so we have a stack being built up. Explosives in a stack. In response, we have a cryptic command. In response, Dakota... Tapping 2.
What were the modes you declared? I'm assuming it was like countermatch. Something.
One is counter. I'll be surprised if one's bounce either. Maybe draw. Maybe counter draw. Dakota finally fetches away that Scully Charm, because then 6 for the basic island. Counter draw the current announced modes. Here's 3 mana. And
ooh, we're in a whir.
We're gonna whir. We're 4.
Interesting. Let's get the which main orb, I suppose. What do you think he's getting out of the Witchbane Orb if he's getting that? I don't think he's getting Witchbane Orb. We're for 5, okay. That expands the options a lot. Let's get a Batter Skull. Okay, that also
the
goes.
Orbs of Warden. Dakota's getting hexproof now, isn't he?
Yep. So he's not playing Witchbane Orb. I'm pretty sure we saw Witchbane Orb last week, but this also does give him hexproof. So that's fine. Maybe he's playing one of each. That's not bad. But this one also says if a creature would deal damage to you, you prevent all but one. You prevent one of that damage.
In this case, all but one.
Which makes the Colonnade only hit for 3 and the Snapcaster hit for 1.
So now all Dakota needs is a Snaring Bridge, and he is all but locked in.
Yep, so he pretty much has most of it. Justin still has some outs, obviously. We saw... actually... when he was going through his deck, we didn't see that many answers. Right, we saw Stony Silence, but obviously that's not going to do anything anymore.
No.
Jace the Mind Sculptor can't Fate Seal him.
Correct.
Correct, because I believe you have to target the player.
He needs to...
but you can still Fate Seal yourself, right? Or
yes.
is it just opponent? Alright, so you can still Ultimate Jace. Or does Jace the ultimate target? Or is it each opponent, or...?
He has a Snapcaster and land in hand.
Alright, the ultimate does target. Okay, yeah, so Jace won't be able to end the game.
Dakota takes 1 out of 5.
Alright, Dakota's at 5. Let's see. There's an Ensnaring Bridge. And he has the Ypni Rivulet, so he can mill. You can see it set aside right there. He is missing triggers from the Avenger's Fair.
He is, yeah.
I think he's missed a couple this game, actually.
He has. He plays a Millionaire, he drew, and there's also an Ensnaring Bridge coming down as well. There it is. Here's the Snapcaster Mage, and I imagine that's going to be...
Cryptic Man, 100%. No, Cryptic. You have Cryptic. Counter, bounce the... Bouncing Snapcaster, okay. I guess that gives you... I don't like that, actually. I want to bounce the Orbs. If you bounce the Orbs, that means no hexproof, so like a bolt off the top is lethal. And it also means that this Colonnade's going to hit for 4, and the Snapcaster will hit for 2. They still have game, though. If you flash it at an end of turn, right? Am I missing something?
With the Snap?
Yeah, if we flash in the Snap end of turn.
Justin's trying to save a Snap for the counter spell, I believe.
Well, he doesn't have a hand from the Bottle Cloister.
Dakota's at 6. Justin's making sure that Dakota's on the up and up in terms of what his life total is with the Avenger's Fair triggers and everything. Dakota also drew an Etched Champion. That's good.
What was the name of the second Sorcerer Spyglass?
Imagine Chase the Mind Sculptor.
Well, it could be Celestial Colonnade, right?
Yeah,
it was called. Okay, yeah, that's why we weren't animating attacking. Okay, makes sense now.
There is the Etched Champion. I don't think Justin can... well, he has a Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah, he can.
Imagine he's got a Logic Knot for a lot.
Yeah, he needs to counter it.
He's going to fetch.
That's going to put one more card in the graveyard.
Yes, it will.
And it's an irrelevant card, too, so he's fine with getting rid of it. Dakota has 4 mana up. They have 11 minutes 30 seconds, and they're in game 2 currently. It's a pretty interesting one. Yeah, actually, can someone in chat help me rewind this scenario? So if we countered Bounce, the Sorcerer Spyglass on Colonnade wasn't in play already, so if we did that, we just had lethal. Can someone confirm that for me? Because I'm pretty sure Justin had it.
I don't think he did.
But then again, like the life totals we had might have been incorrect because I think Justin was getting Dakota's triggers.
Yes.
And Dakota wasn't recording it himself. But I think Justin was being nice about it and actually giving him the life. But I think he still had it, right?
Yep. Here's an attack for 2.
Or no, because we would have bounced that, so that it would have been 3, 4, 5. It would have been a total of 5 damage, though. And he was at 6, I think, yeah. This would have been faster, though.
Dakota takes 2 down to 4. Yeah, Logic Knot should be exiled from the graveyard, from Justin's graveyard there. Since it was flashbacked with...
That is a pretty big deal as well.
Here is
Negate.
Snap Negate on the Ensnaring Bridge. We'll make sure that Logic Knot gets put in the exile from Justin's graveyard as well.
Yep, there he goes.
There we go. Dakota just passes it back. Get a fetch. Dakota can die thanks to his play pattern as he puts the card in his hand on top of the bottle cloister.
Yeah.
He's still drawing plenty of cards, but still no way to fend off the little idiots. He's taken one a turn, so he's gonna get what, 5 turns here? Draw something?
Basically.
He's already played quite a few Snare Bridges, but
Well, so the other thing is, he hasn't activated the Inventor's Fair either. There's
Lightning Helix that Justin cannot cast. And also,
yeah.
there's an Academy Ruins.
Yeah, so he has
Incurred
Academy
Favorite.
Ruins and Inventor's Fair, so the Inventor's Fair can search up any artifact he chooses out of his deck. But he hasn't done it. He's just going to keep getting back in Snaring Bridges, it looks like. He needs to start milling, I think.
He drew a Crypto World as well. He doesn't need to start milling at all yet. He's going to play. He wants to make sure this Snaring Bridge resolves. And now he is good to go.
Yeah.
The lock is in.
Alright, so he's currently at 4. Bottle Cloister.
So Dakota cannot be attacked. He cannot be targeted. And in the event Justin kills one of his artifacts, he has a welding jar in hand.
Yeah. Or one in play, right?
In play, yeah, that's what I meant.
Do we know what his last card in hand is?
For Dakota or for Justin?
Dakota.
Not sure.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty interesting. So, Justin can add this by a cryptic command. I'm not sure how many he's already used this game. I guess we should have been keeping track. I think he's used at least... he keeps snapping them back, though, so I'm not sure how many he's actually used. But
He's
basically...
used a
if he,
decent amount.
yeah, so if he can bounce something, then he can get some damage through. And like a hand... So if he ends up drawing like another Snapcaster Mage and a Cryptic, then he can go bounce, bounce. He needs some
Crucible
interesting things.
into land from Dakota there. He goes
Alright.
up to 5.
That's not bad. Alright, I think we need to start the mill. He does have a Cryptic in hand.
Of note,
I think.
Dakota needs to win this game. He's got 8 minutes to win this game.
Right, perfect. Thanks, Lump Lump. Yeah. Alright, so there's Crucible.
There's a Crucible. That resolves. That is big game for Dakota because now he can start milling.
Yeah,
Surprised he tapped the Rivulet to resolve it.
Yeah, I don't think they're actually going to make it to finish a game 3.
There's no way.
But I
this player's
think
gonna finish
Dakota
the
can
game.
win this game fast enough.
Same. Keep in mind though, Justin, as long as he plays at a brisk pace, he has no reason to scoop.
Yep.
Dakota just passes it back.
Yep, doing an awful lot of thinking. Passes it back. We're
There's
gonna...
a Cryptic command.
Alright, bouncing Snaring Bridge. This is really big. Or do we bounce the... So if we bounce the orbs, we don't get that much damage. We only get a lightning helix in.
He's bouncing
Okay,
the
we are
orb.
bouncing it, and we're going to draw.
Draw a card.
Alright, now it's under the bottle cloister.
Not until Justin's upkeep.
Okay, sure. No, I'm pretty sure it's at his end step.
Yeah, this is happening at Dakota's end step, and Cloister will
That's
not put it.
each opponent's upkeep. My
Yeah.
mistake. Okay.
So when Justin's upkeep, Dakota's hand goes under Cloister. Here's the Snapcaster.
Alright, and he did the snaps. Now he
Here's
can
the
bounce
cryptic
again. He can
command.
bounce again. We bounce in Snaring Bridge. And Snaring Bridge, and Snaring Bridge. Why are we even thinking about this?
He bounces the Snaring
Or
Bridge.
I guess Bottle Cloister would also work.
Draws the card, and the upkeep. Hand goes
And that's
under
game?
Cloister.
We did
There's
it.
a land. We attack for 6. And Justin Gebing was able to find the line.
Found a line.
How
Cryptic.
about that?
Exactly.
There's a reason why Dakota was going after those cryptic commands, Jester's Cap. And that's the reason
Well,
right
yeah.
there.
So like that was like I thought that line was like impossible. Not the same. It's like he needs to get Cryptic Command and a Snapcaster Mage, and that's exactly what he did. It was back to back, like a champ. All right.
He did. That was the exact line he needed.
Well, good job to Justin. Yeah, no reason for him
Good
to
luck to
concede
Justin.
there.
He
He had
is
it.
2-0 tonight.
Yeah.
Let's pull up the standings.
I was
and,
not sure how many Cryptics were left. I don't think chat was either. I think we were a little uncertain about how that line worked out, and it did. He found it.
He needed to. He drew runner there. He drew the Helix and he drew the Cryptic Command, and that was able to propel into victory.
No, yeah, the Helix didn't matter though. He needed to go Cryptic, and he needed to do bounce draw to get exactly Snapcaster Mage to win that game.
So there you see the standings coming in. Chuck Brennenfurter coming in with 31. He won his second round match, so he has 34 points.
Is this
Justin
completely
Gebing-
updated based
no,
on
this is
last round?
updated after the first round. So Chuck Brennenfurter, he won round number 2.
Yeah.
He has 34 points. Justin Gebing, you see, just win his second round. He has 33 points. Sarah Flowers lost. He stays at 28. Dakota lost. He's at 25. Phil Jones lost as well. Not sure how Andy Falk did.
Me either.
or Billy Caminos. And, of course, Austin Farley's not in the room tonight. Phil
So
Jones lost.
Yeah. I don't think it's completely updated for round 2, so I think some people
But
are going to have
we're
higher
starting to
numbers
get
than
a
others.
pretty clear picture. Chuck and Justin are locked for prizes at this point. They're going to get top 4, so congratulations to them. They have no one can catch them. That was a really good opening for Dakota to sneak into the top 4, especially with Terrell losing, but he couldn't seal the deal. He'll need to do some work and have Terrell keep stumbling to sneak in the top 4. As well as Andy Falk, we'll see how he's able to do. We'll keep an eye on him, especially since there was a request for experience. As for why no Chalice on 2, not too sure. That'll be pretty big. Andy won his matchup, so he jumps into 4th place. How about the Andy Falk? 2-0 on the evening, tying Terrell Flowers.
So, going off of the why no Chalice on 2, I think what Dakota was thinking, in the mindset he had, was that you can't use engineered explosives on Lightning Bolt, but you can on Snapcaster Mage. So he was focusing, as we saw, a lot of his engineered explosives for 2, and that's strictly for Snapcaster Mage. Maybe a couple of artifact things like a Stony Silence was in there as well, but in general, it was for the Snapcaster Mages.
Yes.
And if he did put on the Chalice for 2, I don't think it actually hurt him at all in any way. It would hurt Justin a lot more. That means he can't cast Snapcaster Mage, which means he can't cast one of the things he targets with Snapcaster Mage in his graveyard, which is a huge drawback compared to not being able to cast the Bolt, right?
Yeah, and the cantrips are too important there early in that game. You want to make sure that Justin was able to cast any Scared Visions or anything of the sort.
Yeah. So I don't think there was any wrong plays there. If he happened to get a second Chalice, he definitely would have put it on 2, I believe.
It's just an awkward matchup for Dakota because he has
it's not a great
little
one.
0 win conditions against a deck that, unlike just straight up the way control, Justin has the burn and the reach to be able to go that extra mile in a matchup like this to get those advantage points in a matchup like this. But yeah, so that'll do it for round number 2. We got some players still playing. Billy Caminos is one of them, I believe. So after round number 2, before round number 3, we'll give you the up-to-date standings for how the top 4 is shaping up and look to get a pretty clear picture. But there seems to be a race brewing for that 4th and final spot.
Oh, yes, the next 2 rounds will determine that as well. In the final round, we will be doing our giveaway at exactly 10 o'clock
Eastern. That is 91 minutes from now. It's currently 8:29 Eastern. At 10 o'clock Eastern, now 90 minutes as it hits 8:30 on o'clock. We're giving away the Subjective Reality Commander deck. That is the Esper Commander deck from Commander 2018. It's really simple. The way you win tickets to enter this is by watching the stream. For every amount of time you watch the stream, you get a certain amount of points or mana. If you're a follower, you earn more points or mana. And if you subscribe, you get what?
Subscribing gets you 500, following gets you 50,
points.
every 10 minutes you watch gets you 10 if you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed, every 10 minutes you watch will get you 5 points.
Speaking of subscribing, thank you, Oisnu, for that Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate you for the support you're giving us.
Enjoy that, mana.
All those points. If you want to enter, you can hit exclamation point entries. If you're it's exclamation point enter, correct?
Yes, space the number of tickets you want to enter for. So exclamation point enter 10 would get you a max of 10 tickets, which is the max on this current giveaway.
Yes. So if you want to try to enter, just hit exclamation point enter, and that'll tell you if you have any. You'll be able to enter again, or if you have maximum allotment of 10 points. So it's like you just saw Osu hit exclamation point enter. He just bought 1 ticket thanks to his subscriptions. You see someone else saying exclamation. You got to make sure you have enough points to enter. So you just do exclamation points. That shows you how many points you have against 25 points or mana per ticket. So if you happen to have 105 mana, that gets you 4 tickets. In terms of is Commander a fun or good format for learning? Absolutely, it's far more.
It's
casual.
one of the best.
It's a really laid back environment that's meant to play with you and your friends.
And then it also will probably bring up some of the most unique interactions, which will help you learn how the rules of Magic work if you have a judge with you. So if you're playing at an LGS, you can always have a judge there help you with your commander battles, tell you how everything will work, how sequences work, how different interactions work. But if you're just playing at tabletop Magic or something like that with your friends and family, then you can just go online and figure it out. But yeah.
So if you have 1,005 points, you can get that's 10 entries easily, right?
Yeah.
So you can enter
250
until you hit the maximum.
Yeah, so it's currently what we're doing right now. It's 25 points per ticket, max at 10 tickets. So that's a total of 250 mana, aka points, for this current giveaway that you could spend on it. What we might test out in the future is not putting a max for the number of tickets you can have, and we might up the mana depending on what the giveaway is.
I liked what the mana's at. we'll take your feedback. If you have any
Yeah,
questions
we
or comments
would
or concerns
really,
about how we can make
really
these giveaways
encourage
better,
that.
just let us know. How it takes for Celestial Colonnade? A lot. There is no conversion yet between the U.S. dollar and our mana tickets.
I think right now we're going to be focusing on giveaways.
Yeah,
More fun, more involved.
Maybe one day we'll
But
give away a Celestial Colonnade. I do want to get into
why not?
to give away some like big monthly type giveaways, like some big ticket items and of cards.
Yeah, we'll definitely be looking into it for the future. Again, just let us know. We appreciate all feedback, criticism, all that stuff. So please keep us updated on what you guys feel about this.
No, it's really good. I mean, maybe we should do ticket giveaways for some cards. It's a good idea.
I mean, we do broadcast Magic, so yeah. Why not give away some Magic cards?
Magic? You want to get some cards to play
specific
Magic?
cards? Yeah.
Seems like a win-win for everybody. With that being said, that'll do it for round number 2.
We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Third round. In just about 5-10 minutes, maybe. So take a quick break, go to the bathroom, get a drink, grab a snack, and come right back here for the third round of Tuesday Night Modern at GameSwap Mason, as well as the Modern League here on Top Deck Productions.